Earlier this year, Swedish announced that the late philanthropist Paul Allen was continuing his legacy with a $20 million personal endowment. The gift, made shortly after his death in 2018, supports the formation of the Paul G. Allen Research Center at the Swedish Cancer Institute. Here to talk about what this means for understanding and treating cancer is Dr. Sara Jo Grethlein. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's good to see you again. I would like to know, what does this endowment mean for cancer patients and their families, this research happening now?
Well, before anything, I just want to say a thank you to the Paul G. Allen family and his legacy, because it's really given us an amazing opportunity to change the future for patients and their families in fighting cancer. This gift has allowed us to create a new center with new core capabilities to push the envelope and change the future. So we are quite grateful.
Well, we are all grateful because cancer is a constantly evolving thing that we need to keep fighting. So Swedish is tackling this complex problem. What kind of research is being done?
Well, I think the word complex is really important here. Cancer isn't one disease, it's hundreds of different diseases. And so we've really organized our work at the Paul G. Allen Research Center into three pillars. The first is really deepening our understanding of the biology of tumors. We know that at a genetic or molecular level, there are changes that occur that make a good cell turn bad and become a malignancy. And so we're spending a lot of time focusing on how that impacts the patient and their journey with the cancer. That will help us develop innovative treatments because it will identify new targets for therapy. One of the biggest thrusts that we're looking at is the use of the patient's own immune system to fight their cancer. And so that's the second pillar of our work. And the third is that we'd love to put ourselves out of business. We would love to prevent cancers or find them at such an early stage that they can be cured with a minimal impact on the patient's ongoing life. So those are the three thrusts: deepening our understanding, creating and testing new and innovative therapies, and then preventing cancers in the first place.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like you really, with understanding, we can also talk about prevention, which is the other key aspect of it. But how does the work and the mission of Swedish, just the mission that Swedish has, I know, as an organization, work towards innovation at the center?
Well, first, I'll say that Swedish's mission is to serve our entire community. And there are subsets of our population that have not traditionally been represented in cancer research. And so another element of our work here is trying to be inclusive and make sure that diverse populations participate in clinical trials. And since the research, the answers that come from research are how we decide how to treat cancers in the future. If we don't have diverse populations in our research at the start, how do we know that they will be well served by the answers we come up with? So this grant, this gift is allowing us to really push efforts to be more inclusive in our research and to be more innovative.
That is key with so many disparities. I should mention to everyone that, Swedish is a not-for-profit health system. So with philanthropic donations, how does that go to support the research done there?
Great question. We rely very heavily on philanthropy and generous donors to help us advance the mission. You can imagine that all of healthcare is in financial straits following the COVID pandemic and all the other challenges that we're dealing with. And having this money targeted towards research allows us to do things that may not have a great return on investment right now, that we have to put seed money into, that we have to explore, and sometimes dare to get things wrong on the way to getting things right. And having money from philanthropy allows us to do that free of the constraints of the business model of medical care. It doesn't mean that we're willy-nilly. We are incredibly committed to being great stewards of this research. And so we have a quite complex oversight structure to make sure all the funds that we receive are spent well in the pursuit of important scientific advances.
My goodness. Dr. Grethlein, thank you so much for taking the time first to talk with us, sharing your knowledge on all these issues, and helping us understand better what our part can do to help fight cancer. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so you can learn more and consider donating by going to the website right there on your screen. So much incredible work being done to unlocking the secrets in fighting cancer. We can do it. All right, and speaking of Swedish, did you know our friends over there are longtime sponsors of Home Team Harvest? Now, this is a fundraiser led by King 5 every year where we step up to support Northwest Harvest. Our goal this year is to raise 21 million meals by December 31st. As of right now, we are a little more than halfway. There are several ways you can help by donating to the website you see on your screen, or texting the word Home Team to 41444, or just donating money at your local Safeway or Albertsons. They have plenty of signs there to remind you, and that's a super easy way of doing it. All right, well, coming up, Vrbo is out with its annual list of trending destinations for travel, and up next, see where you might consider visiting in the new year. We'll be right back.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Swedish.